Hey you guys, we'll see if anybody jumps over to this new video feed. All right. Live video back up and running. Hey Mike, thanks for finding it. Just when it was getting good too when we're talking about the spirit of Grayskull. That's funny. All right, I'm not going to do the 2-minute countdown again. All right, so Mike, thanks for joining me back. We'll see who else joins us back too. So for those that are going to join later, probably, like I was saying, making these. How cool is that? So, like I said, the first ones will be on eBay, and then the rest will be eventually on Facebook. And it's not the same. That's where I was talking about before I got disconnected. A couple things are different. Is one, the face is different right here. This is connected right here. There's no hole here. The arms are a little shorter. There's just some other slight differences too in it. There's no groove here between these two pieces. That's been smoothed out. And so there's just some differences between the one that I'm making and the one that Mattel made. Of course, size is one of the big differences because the new one is larger because I wanted a bigger one. But again, that's because I'm making it for classics and I'm making it for that giant castle right here. So, yeah, no need to call 911, man. I don't know what happened. I plugged in my charger to keep charging when I came back into the room and the whole thing just froze. Burp. So, and the phone was super hot. Hold on. Gotta reply back to somebody on the other video. Go back to my channel and refresh. We'll see if they go on the refresh. Yeah, I don't know if it's better or not, but it will definitely be cool because it will glow in the dark, and that will be the cool part about it. So I'm kind of excited. I hope that print finishes. I'm kind of scared because, you know, it's a 2-day print, and I did just get that new printer, so it should work, but we'll see. The floors are still on hold right now. I need to get back and start making the 3D object. The problem is I need to retire from my job and make this full time. Then I could have all kinds of time to make this cool stuff. But unfortunately, I do have a full-time job, so my time is divided. But someday I will pull the plug and retire and then do this full time, which would be really cool and a lot of fun. Hey, Spikor, you made it! Hooray! 3 of you guys made it. What's inside that huge castle? It's actually just an empty shell. And I'll show you guys the inside. It's still in work a little bit, so it is kind of a little bit of a mess. Let me put this back on my shelf so I don't... Hold on a second. Right. Now the stinky part is I think I actually told 2 people that I was making the extension. I think somebody contacted me first when I started printing this, and somebody else contacted me later and said, hey, when's mine coming? And so I think I actually have another person. I don't know who it is. So if I've not talked to you recently on Facebook and you asked me to make you an extension, I might have forgot who you were. I might have buried the message somewhere too deep. So if You're waiting for a slime extension. I haven't talked to you in a week. My internet's going out again. Is it going to work? Is it working, hopefully? I should have done a speed test before I... Okay, let's take a look here. All right, I think I'm back. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can. So, the inside of this. No, I have Comcast. Comtastic. So, the door, as I showed you before, is this big, massive, heavy, awesome door. And it's just so cool. You can look, it's just awesomely huge. So, when I first got this, it was a really thin shell and had some cracks in it during shipping. And so I actually had to coat the inside with some stuff, which made it all black. And then something I did was kind of fun, was I actually sculpted the window on the inside, because there was no window on the inside. So I sculpted all this, and then I had it all painted. Well, I used that kind of sculpting that shrinks. So I had to go back through and use 2-part epoxy to fill it all back in. I haven't repainted it yet since I did that. And then at one time I had a whole bunch of floors in here made of foam, and the whole castle stuck out about twice the size of it is wide, with a big old foam stuff. And it was pretty cool. I had like stairs and stuff and guns from the 2000X one, but just taking up a lot of room. So now I just take and put it in front of my castle for my 2000X, or not 2000X, but from my classic. But the window is pretty cool though. So you can see how this used to be indented from the other side, because it was just an empty shell. So the other side, you can see how it looks. And I remember when I sculpted it, like I said, I used that air dry clay. So here's the other side. And so basically, because this is sticking out, it's stuck in that area on the inside. So it's pretty cool. Then when I first got it, I did coat it with a whole bunch of clear paint so it would protect it. But like I said, this thing is just mammoth. I mean, you could see, you know, how big the window is next to an actual figure. It's pretty cool. So, like I said, it's one of my favorite pieces in my collection. It's just mammoth and awesome. And then what I did also was on this door right here. This door being really heavy sometimes would just fall over on its own. So you can see like there's a little chip right here. It's like, no, you know, I didn't want it to break. So I got this little plastic angle piece. It's made for securing your shelf to the wall. And I sanded out this shape right here. And it just slides into the door. Right like that, and then just keeps it so the door does not fall over, so it can stand on its own. So that's something I added to it after I got it, just so that the door wouldn't fall in on itself or fall down. That way it can lean a little bit forward, sit inside there, and not have to worry about it tumbling over. Boop. So there you go. There is the most awesome Castle Grayskull ever. One time I was really down on my luck and I decided I was going to sell this thing, and because it was so big and it's so fragile, being it's made of just fiberglass material, I know it would not survive being mailed. I tried to sell it locally, and I couldn't sell it. Nobody wanted it, and now I'm glad it didn't sell, because Now I'm not down on my luck, and I'm glad I still have it. I know it's funny too. My wife goes, "Are you sure you want to sell that?" Because when I first got it, I was so excited, showing everybody, "Oh, look at this cool Castle Grayskull! It is the coolest thing ever." The video keeps buffering. That stinks. Well, you know what? I'm just going to end this video now because I don't think it's going to last much longer. I'm going to head down and finish putting the clear coats on this, so it'll be done. And then I'll contact the person buying it and let him know the price and see if he still wants it. So, there we go. That's going to be so cool, getting that giant Spirit Grayskull up there. Oh, I can't wait. Should be done Friday morning. You and Mike were talking. Oh, I'm a music fan. All right. Oh, the video's fine, Jason? Okay, cool. I guess I'll let it run for a little longer. So, for those who weren't for the video, I did fix Spare Parts Man on one of the videos recently. So he is back together. And there's his new loincloth. I found out the hard way that he can't sit because of this. I was going to stick him in the green chair over there, but he can't sit. When you go to sit down, the loincloth's in the way. It's like, oh, man. But that's okay. He still looks cool. Spare Parts Man is ready to go. I don't think I really have anything else to show you guys tonight. I didn't really set anything aside to do anything cool or show you guys anything really cool. So I guess I could open Ram Man. Nah, I'll do it for a different day. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and call this. It's kind of getting late anyway. And let's see. Is it possible to get the 2000X Fisto Fist on Classics Fisto? That's a good question. My friend Brian was working on that. I don't know how far he got, but he was working on making a 2000X Fist for his Classics Fisto. So I'll have to ask him. Nerf Curator is what his name is here on YouTube. And I'll have to bug him and see if he actually got that to work or not. Let's see. Todd, is Wonder coming out next month? I'm not sure. It's 10:36 in Chicago. Do you own any of the Conan figures Super 7? Yes, I do own one Conan figure. I do a video on it too if you want to search for it. It's a pretty cool figure. I actually like the one I got. I don't have any of the other Conan figures though. Just the one Super 7 one. It's the one where he's holding the sword over his head in the classic scene from the movie cover. So. Have I ever thought of, I guess you're asking about doing the fist. No, I haven't really thought about it too much. I was never a huge fan of 2000X Fist. I didn't like the way it looked with the big old fan on the big old vent on the back, and it just wasn't my favorite kind of fist. I like the fist that looks more like it's just armor as opposed to robotic. That's just my own thing, but so no, I haven't ever thought of actually doing it. Let's see. You want to see my Conan? Sure. I guess I'll grab him out of the box. All right, Conan. Ba-da! There he is. Conan the Librarian. And he has an extra head. And he has his necklace and he has extra hands. His extra hands are ridiculously large though. I don't know what they were thinking when they made these hands, but they just look way out of proportion for his body. I mean, that hand is huge. Nobody's hand is that big. I mean, it's the same length as his full forearm. If you put your own hand from wrist to forearm, it goes up and probably about 3/4 of the way, and this thing goes the full distance. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. Anyway, so there is Conan. Now I gotta admit, his sword is pretty cool. That is a pretty cool sword they got for him. Very movie realistic. And I like the fact that he doesn't have any holes in his joints. That is really cool. It's cool and bad at the same time. What makes it cool is because it looks really clean on the aesthetic. What makes it bad is you can't customize very easily, because now you can't take the forearm off here because you have to actually cut the post in here to take that forearm out. So that's the bad part, is you lose the customizability. But if you're not a customizer and you just want the figure, it makes the figures really nice. I remember when we first got these holes, everyone kept talking about that Mattel should give us some plugs to plug all the holes. But the amount of different skin tones they'd have to give us all the plugs would be kind of crazy. And then, of course, we did get some ankles eventually. It didn't have the ankle pins showing. But that was the only thing we got that was different. His hands are kind of weird looking. Ugh, they're really hard plastic too, so it's hard to mesh them open to hold his sword. There we go. Luckily his thumb didn't break off. That'd been pretty messed up. Would have broke his thumb off. And he can't do the He-Man pose with the sword, but he can do the iconic. Of course, you got to have his flat hand to do that iconic pose. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna have to look it up now. All right, Google, where are you? Conan sword iconic pose. Okay, there is the iconic pose. So I got it. His head's supposed to turn this way. And then his hand's supposed to go up over his shoulder a little more. And then his hand's supposed to go up in front of the sword, with the sword kind of behind his back. There we go. Iconic pose Conan. Dun, dun, dun. Oh! Dun, dun, dun. Actually, it's supposed to be a little lower on his back. And his hand a little more outstretched. There we go. The iconic pose of Conan. All right. Hopefully it answers your question on that. Where do you get him at? I actually got him on Big Bad Toy Store. It was a Super 7 deal. And so that's where I ended up getting him at. I'm not sure if they have any more or not left. They do have other Conans that just look awful. Super 7 made more than one batch, different waves. This one, he came out pretty good. They got a pretty nice, look at the size of that hand. It's just so ridiculous. Ugh. His other head looks less Arnold-like. I don't know, it's kind of a call, I guess. But there's one of them they released that just looks hideous. Let me see if I can find a picture of it online. It looks just funny. So let's see. Super 7 Conan the Barbarian. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, here he is. Okay, so here's what they promised us. Not too bad. And let's see what we actually got. Some people actually post pictures of him. Let's see if I can find pictures of him. Images. Still looking, you guys. Bear with my thumb through there. I just saw a YouTube video. I don't want to post someone else's YouTube video on top of my YouTube video. That would not be cool. I'm sure someone's got to have a picture of him. When I saw it, I immediately canceled my order for him. Luckily, I had it on Big Bad Toy Store and not on Super 7. Oh, come on. Really? Well, they have the alternate head on here. I found a picture of somebody had, but doesn't look quite as bad. So you can see here's the alternate head. Let's see if these people have. His main head. Visit the site. Oh yeah. You gotta see this. Look how ridiculous. Like I said, when I saw it, I just canceled immediately. Those are the two heads. Oh. Anyway. But this one came out really good. So there you go. All right, let's take a look at you guys' questions. I wonder if he eats seaweed or corn. Anyway, I think I'm going to call this video tonight. Yeah, this one's way better looking. Even this head's not too bad. Depending if you want the long hair. You know what? I'm going to try something. Since I have Conan the Librarian out, let's try sticking this headband on him from Titus. Not Titus, from looks kind of big on his head. Andre, that's who it was. Andre the Giant. All right. Yep, he's wearing pants. Now, my Conan, as you guys probably already know, is of course Vicor. This is who I think is the best Conan figure I've ever seen. And I do have a version of Vicor that I made that doesn't have the helmet on. And for me, this is my Conan. There he is. That is the coolest. He actually looks better than the Super 7 one. All right. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. Like, subscribe, and like Mike said, share this channel around. I do appreciate it, Mike, for all your help. And I'm going to go put those clear coats on there, contact that guy on Facebook. And again, if you guys want a slime pick extension, let me know. Like I said, I have a separate machine just dedicated to printing them right now until the screen dies. And that's pretty much about it. And like, subscribe, tell your friends. Yep, Vicor has no pants. He has the same loincloth as this guy here. So this is actually Vicor's loincloth. All right. See you, man.